Good evening. Welcome back to my kitchen. How are you all today? We're going to be cooking lamb stroganoff today. Necessary ingredients. Obviously you need some lamb. Here it is. You need about 400 grams of raw lamb. You'll need about 1 to 2 onions neatly diced this way. Need about 100 to 200 grams of any type of mushrooms. You require garlic, about 1 teaspoon of it. You require stock cubes, either beef or lamb stock cubes, 1 or 2 stock cubes. You can use any kind of oil, be it extra virgin olive oil, but I like to use clarified butter. You require about 200 to 300 ml of sour cream, rosemary, paprika, and salt and pepper. And let's start cooking. Here's 1 tablespoon of the oil. I've added clarified butter, but you can add any oil. It's fully melted. You can see the indicator of the heating on the bottom right hand corner of the screen. It's fully ready to receive the onions. I'm going to add in 1 onion into this. You can also add 2 onions if you like. Depends on the amount of hotness you like in the food. And fry the onions. Once the onions are fully brown, after that you need to add in the lamb into it and cook the onions together with the lamb. The important formula whenever cooking lamb is that it should be equal amounts of onion and lamb in terms of weight. If it's 500 grams of lamb, it's 500 grams of onion. That's the important formula for cooking it properly. Now you can see the onions are browned. At this stage I've already, before switching on the camera, added in 1 teaspoon of garlic into this. So the garlic's already in there. And once the onions are brown, that's the right time to add in the lamb. And we're going to stir it in, that way the lamb mixes with the onions. And as you can see, the lamb is quite well heated with the onions, and even the lamb has released its own moisture. That's where all that liquid stuff has come from. Now to this, you might ask me one question. There's an additional ingredient to be brought into the picture here. You might ask me, the final product, how do we eat it? You can either use mashed potatoes. Some of you can add boiled pasta or boiled rice, but I prefer to use sweet potatoes. So I'll be boiling in water about 1 sweet potato, half a sweet potato, and that gets added into this right at the end. Sometimes I like to boil sweet potatoes along with this, all in one go. Next step in the process is to add in the mushrooms, 100 to 200 grams of mushrooms. After you add in the mushrooms, this is the stock, the beef stock dissolved in hot water, that goes into the pan, immediately followed by 1 teaspoon of rosemary, and then depending on the amount of hotness you want, 1/4 or 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. Here's the mixture containing the lamb along with the stock. That's why the liquid content has increased. As you can also see the rosemary, you can also see the mushrooms. It's boiling away. In my case, I like to add the sweet potatoes here rather than boiling them separately. And the reason for that is that they just said if you baked it together, sweet potatoes is a carcinogen, releases carcinogens when you bake it, so it's better to be boiled rather than baked. That's why I'll add the sweet potatoes in, and we also have the advantage of having moisture. The sweet potatoes get cooked in the moisture which is present in the pan at the moment. Here are the sweet potatoes already added into the mix, and it's being boiled together. I've just added the pepper. Already you can see a little black stuff sitting on the sweet potatoes, that's the pepper. And no cooking is complete without adding salt. You can add as much of salt as you like depending how much taste you want. And let it boil away until the sweet potatoes are what's called al dente, meaning to the bite. You can bite it very easily. A simple way to test it is to cut it with a knife, and if it cuts very easily, that's when the sweet potatoes are cooked. That will be the time to stop the boiling. Here we are, very colorful, very good looking. You can see the lamb, the rosemary and the sweet potatoes. Here's a knife which I'm attempting to cut the sweet potato to see, and you can see how easily I can slice the sweet potato. I'll do it again. Very easily sliceable, that means it's ready to the bite, it's fully cooked. This is the end point. So at this point I can stop the actual cooking. I've turned off the heat. I personally like to boil the lamb for prolonged periods, as you have seen in this particular video, because I don't like rare meat. I like it to be fully cooked. Last step is adding in the sour cream. So let it cool down a bit, and after it's cooled down you add the sour cream, and then it's ready to be served. It's got everything you want in it: carbohydrates, proteins, minerals, vitamins, B12, and it's got taste. And that is Lamb Stronganoff. There's no need to bake it. You can serve it straight away after it's fully cooled. Just add sour cream, stir the sour cream completely into it, and it's ready to serve. Here's some of that sour cream which I spoke about. I've added the sour cream. The Stroganoff mixture is fully cooled down. Takes about 10 minutes. And now I'm going to mix the whole thing together, and your Stroganoff is complete, ready to be served. Here's a close-up image of the beef Stroganoff. Very nutritious looking. Here's some candlelight. I'm going to have a taste of it. That is to die for. That is absolutely delicious. I can taste the rosemary, I can taste the cream, I can taste the salt. Wow. I'm chewing the beef right now. Sorry, the lamb. I'm chewing the lamb, and it's really tasty, this Lamb Stroganoff. Gotta have a go at it. That's my Lamb Stroganoff. Thanks for your time. Happy cooking at home.